So I'm going to use t-shirt strips for my side ties on the mask. And I'm going to use some old t-shirts. I went through my drawer, some t-shirts that I never wear anymore, and gotten little stains or paint or something on them. So first thing I'm going to do is lay it out on a cutting mat so that it's nice and flat. And one of the first things that you realize is that t-shirts vary greatly in the way that the fabric has held up, especially the ones that I notice that I've gotten on vacation before. They tend to be a little more skewed and not hang straight from the shoulders. So I went ahead and lined up my shoulders and then just let this kind of go where it ended up, but just so that it was nice and flat. And I'm going to start at the top, right under the armpits, because this is going to be waist anyway, and I think this will give me a better starting point. So I chose a ruler that was about an inch wide, because this will make it a little easier. And I have a rotary cutter. You can also just get a pencil or a marker that's going to show up and mark lines as you go, and then cut them with a pair of scissors. And you do want to be really careful with these rotary cutters. I'm always afraid I'm going to kind of jump the shark on the ruler. So I always try to be really, really careful. And once I get that cut, I'm actually going to turn it because I'm right-handed. Then I'm going to cut it from the right-hand side. And I'm just going to use this as my guide. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you can get it kind of close, that helps. It looks like on my last thing there, I did. I'm going to straighten that one out a little bit. Okay. Anyway, so you get the idea. So I'm going to just cut it all the way down until I run out. Okay, so a large t-shirt gave me 12 strips, which is perfect. And now what I'm going to do, even though I'm not even going to worry about that, okay? Because I'll show you where it's really not going to make any difference. So now all I have to do is just pull this nice and firmly. And what's going to happen is it's going to just make these great ties. You know, if you were looking for a creative reuse project, you could knit with these, crochet with these. It's pretty cool. So it just folds in on itself. That way that tie is not going to have to be hemmed or have any other treatment. And on this large t-shirt that I had, I measured it out, and these were right about at 32 inches. So what you're going to do, you're going to cut right near the seam, take that seam off, then you're going to measure. And if you have to go over the seam to get to your 32 to 36 inches, that's okay. Just leave it in there. It's a little bit funky, but it is what it is. But if half of it, like mine, measured right at 32, I'm just going to go ahead and then cut right at that. You want to keep it as long as you can. Okay, so now I have my two ties, and I'll go ahead and process these as well. So out of one t-shirt, I got enough for a dozen masks, which is pretty cool. You might only get half that if it's a smaller shirt, but still 6 masks should be enough for your family.